So I'm walking with my mom, and then I just remember some guy hops out of the line, and he grabs me. And grabs me up and starts booking it. And all I remember is like there was security that somehow got on him after some time. I don't remember what studio I was by with this guy.
Oh,
so
God.
out of the security comes out, they wrestle him down. I just remember being flying around in the air. I was clueless as to what was happening. But I was very upset, and they were talking to me about it after, and they were like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I just said, I just think I'm going to be in trouble. And they were like, well, what are you going to get in trouble for? And I was like, he took one of my shoes. And so I had only had one, I had like one slipper.
And it's not your shoe.
It wasn't my shoe. It was Wardrobe's shoe.
Wardrobe. Oh, no.
But yeah, it was a crazy, I mean, he ended up clearly going to
God, I hope.
jail. But,
or at least the fake jail.
He had a gun.
Well, that just got so much darker.
Sorry.
No, wow.
And you know,
yeah,
they got him and they saved me and
Weird Kids is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Weird Kids. Golly, I wonder where Ashley is.
hey, it's me. I'm here. How's it going?
It's going.
I know. Settle down. Settle down.
Wow.
No,
Again,
please
yeah.
settle down. Please settle down.
Just.
How are you?
I'm caught in a liminal space at the moment that is a collection of all of our things.
It really is. How amazing to have a live studio audience. Woo!
Yeah.
Yes, thank you guys so much for coming to watch this. Lovely episode of Weird Kids.
Is there a laugh there? I know we haven't said anything funny yet, but yeah, that's funny.
Hey, so you know what we wanted to do today? What we talked about? We wanted to talk about sitcoms.
Sitcoms.
And
yeah.
Woo! Wait. Oh wait. We'll get used to these. Yeah, we wanted to just talk a little sitcom. We both have had we're raised in that world, and we have stories.
There are stories. Sitcoms are a fascinating way to make a living, especially when you're still in elementary school.
When you're still a child.
Yeah.
And you have a job.
I think they're, and not just a job at like a week, like a job that's an all week, like it is a process. It's a
process.
Yeah.
It's I love a sitcom schedule.
It's the closest to an actual schedule I think I've
is.
ever had in my life, including this.
Yeah, including this. It's a very normal sitcom schedule. Kind of like a 9 to 5.
It is like, if anything, more like maybe a 8 to 8. Like it's,
yeah,
it's
maybe
a
an
full
8 to
day.
8, minus the day that you're actually shooting
Yeah.
in front of the live audience, which can go any day during the week.
Yeah.
You know, you could be filming on a Tuesday night. You could be filming on a Friday night. You could be filming on a Thursday, which sort of changes up your week a little bit. And then you start the next episode the next day.
Yeah, we had a nice consistent role when most of the ones, and then again doing a series versus doing a guest episode, which is it's a whole different environment.
Whole different environment.
And different expectations. But yeah, we can talk about, it's like sitcom. They're rarer these days.
They are rare these days.
And they
it's
don't do
kind of
them
a
the same
dying
way.
breed.
Certainly not with a live audience.
No, but like
Oh, what?
it is. I know. I'm putting a sticker on my microphone. I'm putting on Hot Shot, which was actually Hot Shot.
Mine's a roller.
Nope. I meant to do a cheer. I was actually on
kinda
a
smells-
volleyball team, and we were called the Hot Shots. Not to brag.
I owned roller skates, and this is roller skate scent.
Roller skate? Does it smell like roller skate? Does it smell like
It
leather
does,
and rubber?
but like I can't place it right.
Oh, it kind of does.
Yeah, like
It's great.
rental ones.
Taliesin,
Yeah.
would you mind giving me a rundown of some of the sitcoms that you were in as a child?
The major one, was I did 2 seasons of She's the Sheriff,
Okay.
which was a sitcom
I'm writing these down.
with Suzanne Summers, who was played the sheriff of a small town, not a small town. It was like Reno. I think it was it wasn't Reno. It was like a Nevada, California border mountain town. I don't remember which
Okay.
one. And the comedy came from a woman sheriff, except
What?
mostly it was like
No. I'm not good at putting these on at the right
it
time.
was the balance of family life versus work, and then there was like one dude at work who was kind of an asshole to her.
How can a woman work? She's supposed to be at home in the
Yeah.
kitchen,
So it was
rearing the children.
he wanted to be sheriff, and she got the job instead. And it
The
made
husband
him
wanted to be the sheriff?
No, like the other, like the mean cop who
Mean
was
cop,
George,
gotcha.
George Weiner, if you know who that is.
I think
He's in
so.
He was in everything. He was a great actor. He was in he was the second in command in Spaceballs, which is one of my favorites.
Oh, yes. Wait, how do you say it? How do you spell his last name? I need to look him up.
Oh, I have him right here. Hold on.
Tom Weiner?
George Weiner here.
George Weiner.
Here.
Let me see him. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, George Weiner
Yes.
with the
he was been in everything.
Yeah, he was in
He's
everything.
like, he was in so many things in the 80s.
Yeah, he still works on occasion.
Yeah,
I think.
he
He's
still
hilarious. It was a terrible show, great cast, great time, and then
And it was 2 seasons?
2 seasons, and then
How was Suzanne Summers?
she was I mean, like my experience with her was absolutely delightful. She also I
Was
have
she working out a lot?
you'd think, I mean, like she was,
Did she have that thigh master
didn't have the
out?
thigh master.
Just like while she was rehearsing her lines?
She was taking the work very seriously, and she actually, I'm a big fan of like anytime someone does like a really good turn, I try and remember that. Like anytime someone does something clearly nice for me that is like there's no obvious benefit to them.
Yeah,
like,
there's nothing in it for them.
I'm always like, I remember that forever on some level. I'm a big fan of like, oh, okay, that was a thing. And she
Sorry.
they forced me to cut my hair for season. I had great hair for season 2.
You have great hair now.
Thank you.
But I can't imagine as a little
I
toe-headed child.
I had like a David Bowie Labyrinth era mullet going
What?
on, and it looked fabulous. And they made me cut it after like 2 episodes. They made me cut it into like more sitcom kid.
Aw.
And like Suzanne, when she like walked in and was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, I mean, this
she knew
happened.
you were upset about your hair.
And she raised holy hell.
She did?
She went in and yelled at the producers for like, how fucking dare, like she went off, and I'm just sitting there going, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, because I can't do this myself.
Oh, thank you for, oh man, because I am not in a position to yell at a producer, but
No.
boy, you know.
Suzanne Summers can.
Yeah, I really was like, thank you for yelling at them for doing
How
this.
old were you?
God, I don't know. I'd have to, what year was it? Hold on. Thank God I
Because
can
it is so
actually
funny,
look that
like,
up.
I think back on when you do stuff as a kid, and you have to just
10
kind of.
11.
You were 11?
10 and 11.
10 and 11. Yeah, that's an age where you're like a little, look at you.
Yeah, there I am. That's I think that, no, so that was right before
Wait, she looks
the hair.
familiar.
Rose, what was her last name? Nikki Rose, I'm so sorry.
Nikki Rose.
I don't know what else. She actually ended up not in the second season.
Really? Okay.
But
Um,
yeah, that was not quite, that's the hair they wanted me to have, bless them. But,
look at the little hair.
yeah, I looked cooler with but like,
What a little
yeah,
cubby.
there's no, that's
my
the end
God.
of season 1. So that was before the hair really like went.
Yeah,
but-
you were like getting into your like little punk kid. No
Yeah.
wonder that was it was
I was
part of
starting
your
to-
identity.
I was starting to get some flavor.
Yeah, you were starting to get some flavor and it was taken away.
And it was a really nice cast, and I'll say like a bunch of the cast were VO actors, voiceover actors, so they kind of were part of the inspiration there was a whole bunch of like,
Really?
yeah, there were like Pat Carroll, who's Ursula the
Yes.
Sea Witch, was my grandma. She was great.
No way, she's
And
incredible.
Lou Richards, who is like, he was Flash Gordon on Defenders of the Earth, and like Gultar. He played
Whoa.
all of the Hanna-Barbera hero voices for years, and
Cool.
yeah, and then like an episode of Webster that never aired for reasons that we can get into, and then Facts of Life.
Whoa.
Yeah, a very special episode.
A very special episode.
A very special episode.
Dang.
And that you're practically sitcom royalty on,
I am.
Yeah, you don't
You're
have to brag,
sitting in
because
the
I can do it
presence
for
of,
you.
no. Yeah, I did. I did a lot of sitcom, mostly as a kid. I think it was all under the age of 15, maybe. But my first being Growing Pains, and it was what a different. Like even doing that and how different it became when I was like 13, 14. But as a kid on Growing Pains, I have so many stories. I feel like one of the first, well, okay. When we first so Growing Pains was shot on the Warner Brothers ranch lot.
What's the premise? Because we have young people,
yes,
or
so
middle-aged
Growing
people who may
Pains
not know.
Was a sitcom show that was on for 7 seasons, and I was on it for the last 2. So there are 8 seasons, and I was on it for 7 or 8. It was 7. Okay, so I was on it for season 6 and 7, and it was a family show about family stuff.
Yeah, family. It was a family dynamic.
Family dynamic, a wonderful family. I think the dad. I think he was a therapist, and then
I love that we're all both so.
I should know these things.
No, I mean,
But
yeah.
I haven't.
There's a whole bunch
watched
of.
it in
There's
I
actually
don't know
a
how many
couple
decades.
sitcoms I do not remember the name of them, and I cannot find them. Like, because I know I did like 3 other things that are not on my IMDb, and I'm.
And you can't
baffled.
even find. Isn't that?
I don't remember
weird?
what they're
You're like,
called.
I remember this,
But I know the
but I don't know what it
scenes.
was.
And what does sitcom stand for, by the way? Do you know, or do you not like?
No,
like-
does it stand for something?
Oh, okay, everything means something.
Situational comedy?
Situational comedy.
Is it?
Yeah. Or situation comedy or
Situation
situational-
comedy. I didn't know that actually.
Yeah. No. And then
I mean, I figured com had to be like rom-com.
Yeah,
It's got to
so-
be comedy.
yeah, because traditionally we should just to set some technical.
Yeah. Lay it out.
Sitcom of the time tended to be like 4 sets on a single stage with a live audience, and then like 4 camera, I believe. Or
Yeah.
like live, they would shoot live, or not quite live, but they would shoot each scene one run through with 4 cameras, and then set up to the next set and do 4 cameras. And in
Yeah.
the meantime, there would usually be a comedian in the
Yes, the warm-up.
warming up and keeping everyone laughing. in
Keeping the
between.
audience in a good mood, telling them jokes, because it's like, because sometimes the shoot nights to shoot an actual episode can take a long time.
Yeah, no, it can.
And especially if there's lots of problems, it can take like 6
And
hours.
those are out of towners who got free tickets. And
Yes,
didn't
they
really
got free
think
tickets
about
and they're
it.
like, yeah, I'm sure this would be fun. And then when it wasn't a well-run show, they're like, this was a terrible way to spend my
Yeah, they-
evening in Hollywood, California. Yeah, the Growing Pains was on the Warner Brothers Ranch lot, which on the Warner Brothers Ranch in Burbank, California, used to be
beautiful downtown. Burbank.
beautiful downtown Burbank. They used to shoot at that time. I think they had shot Fantasy Island. They had shot a bunch of westerns there, so there was like an old western set that was on the back lot. That's where we played. Like that's the freedom we had on that lot would never happen.
I
now.
love when they because they also used to give us run of like it's hard to contain children once they're on a back lot.
Yes,
because and the back lot is like anytime they have that. It's the only true thing. Like there's all these films and like about like Hollywood, especially the weird ones where like it's clearly bullshit and they're making up stuff.
Yeah.
But any like slapstick comedy where they go into a back lot and there's like giant pieces of glass and like weird props
Saloon
moving
doors.
Around. Yes, that is all true.
You can't
That is the
help
only
it.
thing where it's like, yep, they are nailing the vibe.
Yeah. And as a kid, you're like, this is an imaginary world, and this is amazing. And I think I even talked about this before. Like, there were so many bullet casings on the Westerns, like on this huge sort of Western set that they had up. I think they even maybe did a Little House on the Prairie there sometimes.
Probably.
But anyway, there were so many bullet casings, and I would always just like collect them in a cup and go out there.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it was so fun. And they had the first time after I had booked that job, there was, so before you would start an episode, or like each day where you would start a fresh new episode, you would do a table reading. And where the full cast would sit around a table, and then you would have the executives, the writers, people from the studio, from the network, listen to the read of the script, and then they would give notes if they wanted any changes. And then, so you would do your table reading, and then you would go put it on its feet and start rehearsing it. And then you would have a week until you would put it up in front of an audience. And my first day there, Jeremy Miller, who played one of the older brothers, he was the youngest brother, but I mean, everybody was older than me. He was like, hey, I'll show you and your family around the set. And he got us in a golf cart. It was my mom. I think my dad may have been there. Maybe my brother and sister. I can't remember who all was there. And we're driving around on the golf cart, and he's showing us around. And there was like there was a cop that was like waving behind us. And I remember my mom was like, oh, I think, are we in trouble? And he's like, no, he's just waving. But of course, Jeremy had stolen the golf cart. And it was not his. And he just wanted to take us around. I mean, he was probably 15, 16 at the time.
The tomfoolery was really...
The tomfoolery. Again, we love tomfoolery.
I miss tomfoolery.
I know. And it was really just such a fun environment. And whenever my brother would come to set, and we would have friends visit the set, the Jason Barn was also at the Warner Brothers Ranch.
The Jason Bourne?
The Jason Barn.
Okay.
Oh, the Jason Barn.
Okay, the Jason Barn. Yeah.
The Jason, where for Halloween? Is Jason Halloween?
Yeah, Jason. Yeah. Jason.
Is
No,
that
I'm
Mike
so sorry.
Myers?
Friday the 13th? Yeah.
I mean, one of those. Wherever there's a barn. I think it was the Jason Barn. And so my sister, my brother, and I, whenever we would have family friends or people coming to the set to see it, my brother would hide in this little closet in the barn. And we would go like, oh, wow, this is where they filmed, Jason, and let's go in and see if there's anything in there. And so we would go into the barn, and then my sister would close the barn doors and be like, oh no, they're locked. I don't think we can get out. And then my brother would start knocking from inside the closet and come out with the Jason mask. And it really was...
Cursed us. What
I
was
know.
that?
What was that? We just had the best time. Like the Warner Brothers Ranch lot, which they've taken all of that out now.
I know.
They bulldozed it. So these are only memories now. But God, it was so fun. But this was probably the craziest thing that happened on Growing Pains. I think it was my first. It was in the first year that I was on, and we had only done a couple of film nights, so I hadn't done that many yet. And when you, at that time, all of the cast sort of had trailers, and they were like old camper trailers. Like they're not like the fancy trailers that they are now. They were great. They were like little camper trailers.
Mm-hmm.
And we would exit our trailers before the shoot, and the audience that would be walking in, you would walk by the audience before you would walk into the studio. And this is going to get a little dark, but somebody had written in and said that I am coming to set and I am going to bring a gun and I am going to murder some of the cast.
Not all of the cast.
No, I think it was specific to Jeremy or Kirk.
I mean, we don't have to name names.
We don't have to name names. I don't know why I have to get into the specifics
okay.
here.
But I'm always, it is. It always is like, oh, just some of them. That means they do like the show. They just want some editorial.
Yeah.
But
at the time.
I'm feeding into the dark. But yes.
Yeah, but yeah. But at the time, there were no, we didn't have metal detectors. It was just a free-for-all. And we were just walking very close. You're within 5 feet of the audience when you're walking in, waving, saying hello, thank you for coming. We're excited for you guys to watch the show. And so I'm walking with my mom, and then I just remember some guy hops out of the line, and he grabs me. And grabs me up and starts booking it. And all I remember is there was security that somehow got on him after some time. I don't remember what studio I was by with this guy. They came.
You're not going to get anywhere.
He's not going to get anywhere.
It's a compound.
Yes.
Oh,
so
God.
out of the security comes out. They wrestle him down. I just remember being flying around in the air. I was clueless as to what was happening. But I was very upset, and they were talking to me about it after, and they were like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I just said, I just think I'm going to be in trouble. And they were like, well, what are you going to get in trouble for? And I was like, he took one of my shoes. And so I had only had one, I had one slipper.
And it's not your shoe.
It wasn't my shoe, it was Wardrobe's shoe.
From Wardrobe. Oh, no.
But yeah, it was a crazy, I mean, he ended up clearly going to...
God, I hope.
To jail, but
or at least the fake jail.
He had a gun.
Well, that just got so much darker.
Sorry.
No, wow.
And
yeah,
they got him and they saved me and. I love this soundboard so much.
This is really I think this is too much power for you.
I think it is. I think you need to take this away from me.
I can't read any of this. That's pretty dark.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I mean, I mean, knowing those places are compounds, so it's not like he was going to get.
No, he couldn't have gotten anywhere.
It wouldn't have taken. I'm amazed by the low level of security, though. I mean, we didn't have a ton either, but my God.
And because I think I was such a polite kid at the time, I think he was running with me and running away. I was like, "Who are you, sir? What is your name? I was very pleased to meet you."
I would have also just been very. Is this a gag? What is?
Yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have.
But he was packing. They got him. This was the thing. He was high on something. It wasn't meth, but it was he was so strong. And I remember the guys trying to take him down, and he was just it was huge. At least in my childhood.
I mean, everyone was, yeah.
I know this is not really a sitcom story.
This is absolutely a sitcom story.
It's an offshoot.
This is, I mean.
Still they couldn't find my shoe.
It was never seen or
never
heard from
seen again, so I had to put on some other shoes.
Somewhere in, yeah.
Somewhere in his pockets. Maybe he took it.
I assume it just got things disappear in some of those sound stages and never to be seen or heard from again.
Oh yeah, they're just
some
gone.
sound stages are downright haunted. Was there a haunted sound
a lot of people say
studio people are very superstitious.
Very much so.
It is a superstitious business, and every lot has a haunted, at least one haunted soundstage for some reason.
Because something bad happened on a shoot. Somebody died somehow, and those people are still there.
Like the Phantom of the Opera stage at Universal.
What's that one?
Do you not know about the Phantom of the Opera stage?
No.
they built it originally for like the original black and white Phantom of the Opera, but like the way they built it, there's no way to take down the stage inside. Like the Phantom of the Opera set couldn't, and like any attempt to disassemble it apparently went really poorly. So they just eventually just left it up because there was just nothing to be done. And they destroyed it very recently, finally. Like, and there are like episodes of like, I don't know, like MacGyver or otherwise, or some shows where they're shooting in there, but like they're treating it like a warehouse or something, and you look in the back and it is the Phantom of the Opera theater.
No
just because
way.
there was just nothing to be done with it, and people just got too scared and weird about fucking with it.
Yeah, they're just like, we just gotta leave it alone.
So it sat there for decades.
God, that's on the Universal lot?
Yeah,
Is it?
it was the Universal lot, and I think it just got taken down. Like they just bulldozed it. They didn't even bother because there was no taking it out. It was too big of a set.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Googleable.
Yeah, that probably is Googleable.
Deeply.
The Universal lot is the best lot.
It is.
I feel like it's the best.
It's the best
The Disney lot's super fun. But
I never
the
worked on the
Universal lot,
Disney.
because you can sneak in and you can go to Universal
Oh,
on
and
your lunch
all
break.
the time, and like you can like I snuck in and did so. Like I would go up to the
Yes.
Psycho house.
Yes,
all the fucking
when there's like a
time.
tram going by.
Oh, fuck the tram. I would just run up there and be a creepy kid. Sometimes the tram would go by, or also we took a truck over. You know the creepy bridge for Jaws?
Yes.
Like we just took a truck over it once. It didn't do the thing, but like
So
just drive by. I was like, yeah.
For those who do not live in Los Angeles, which is probably many of you, the Universal lot is on the same property essentially as Universal Studios Hollywood. So the lot, there's all the sound stages on the lot, and then you can go through certain side gates and just walk right into Universal Studios. But also the tram, the Hollywood tram, goes through the studios, and if you go through, you can see hey, this is where they shoot CSI.
And they have a lot of like the Universal lot has a whole bunch more than most people of large set sections where like they have like
There's so much
small
property.
town America or like old West Town or like New York City.
Yeah, where they
And
shot Back to the Future.
They just
peeked
rebuilt
out there.
it. They just
did?
rebuilt it because it burned down years ago. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, that's right.
And it took like one of the film archives with it. It was bad.
Oh my God.
We lost a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, that's sad.
But it is they've finally rebuilt the clock tower and the whole thing, and it's back to its pristine self.
It's so fun, and I think kind of like what you were saying earlier. I feel like for a kid being on a lot like that, it's like your imagination can just go absolutely wild. And you're like, but I have these physical sets here, and so we can make an imaginary story. And it's the best.
It's like I feel like you're working after hours at Disneyland. It's just like so, and like there's sometimes you wander into She's the Sheriff was the it was at the time the Lorimar studio, but Lorimar had bought MGM. Oh,
that's right. Yes.
So it was a really old studio. It was the MGM studio. It still had the MGM signs up, like the lion signs. I think it's now Sony, and I still don't think they brought down the MGM signs.
I don't think I think it's still there.
But like I walked by when they were shooting Hook at one point. Whoa! So they had a giant pirate ship set up that was on rockers, and I'm like,
I bet that was such a cool set.
Oh, and like anytime like a door was open on like any of like you could always sneak. You could sneak in, and no one would as long as you were polite, no one would give you too much. And like they had one of the 360-degree sets that it was for a different thing so like I would sneak in to see like there's these sets on the giant circle on rollers, so the whole room would turn 360, so they can match the camera. So it feels like you are, So you could roll up the ceiling, and it would look like you were like gravity would change. And I don't even know what show it was for, but I was like, I fucked around on it for a minute.
How fun!
I took my shoes off. I wasn't a monster, but
yeah, well, of course.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you know what? Let's take a quick commercial break.
Okay. Is it time?
Yeah, well, it's time, and then we'll see you in a second.
Honey, kids, I'm home.
Welcome home, dear. And you know what night it is?
It's Thursday night!
Great, okay.
Oh, hey, friends.
Hello.
Hey, guess what we're about to do?
I don't know.
We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. You know, just had to do just a quick establishing shot.
I found that one.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that was good. This is so dumb.
God. So another there's so many stories of growing pains that are so great.
Were you a good kid or a bad kid? Like, I'm sure you noticed like some of the kids were problems. I don't want to say problems, but like there were kids that needed to be handled, and then there were kids that did not need to be handled.
Yeah, I was perfect.
Ditto.
And I think, you know, which is what we've talked about of you're rewarded for not being difficult.
Yeah.
And so as you get older, it's hard to be like, hey, can I ask for something?
Yeah. No, it definitely.
it
definitely
was
ruined
like,
me on that level.
Yeah, I was just like a little angel. I would show up where I was supposed to be. And the only problem, I was not allowed to have candy. Because when I had sugar, I would turn into an insane monster. And once they started to realize that on each of the sets, if I would walk over to Crafty, the craft services, which is where they keep all of the food, all of the candy.
A giant table of mediocre food.
Well, some of them are great.
Some of the, yeah.
Like, especially shows that have gone on, like a show like Growing Pains, their craft service was insane.
I've never experienced
Just
that.
the greatest. And they would follow me to craft service, and I would feel them, and I'd be like, well, I really want to get some, you know, chocolate bar of some sort, but I'm going to take these apple slices, and then when they start walking away, I'll grab some candy. But you could always tell, because I would be like, pew, 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 pew. But other than that, I was a good kid. I always knew my lines. I knew how to get on my mark. You know?
Yeah, you really, there's pressure to be as more professional than any of the adults even.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There is, which is so crazy that there's more pressure because you're a child.
Yeah, and well, other weird affectations of that particular type of filming. Did you ever have a set sitter?
Yes, I did.
So what is a set sitter?
So a set sitter and also a studio teacher.
Oh yeah, I was hoping we'd get into that
Yeah,
too.
so set sitter when you're a kid, I think it's before 17 or before 18.
Before 17, and yeah, at least before 17, because I didn't make it to 18 before deciding I was fucking done.
You have to always have somebody on set that is basically your advocate, which is great. I think
your
that's
parents have shit to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, my
like-
mom or my dad were always on set. I was never,
Oh,
I
mine-
was
dude,
never
no
alone.
fucks.
Yeah, they're like, see you later, have a good time.
had
You
shit
have
to do.
you have a set sitter, so you're
Yeah.
good. But so for me, my first studio teacher. So
And studio teacher is a whole nother
studio teacher is a whole other thing because like you also have to go to school, of course,
X number of hours.
an X number of hours, which I think is a minimum of 4 hours a day. But there's like a certain hours that you have to get in a week, but you can bank hours.
Yeah, and they can only make you work as a child X number of hours in a row before they have to let you like the amount of time you can use a child on a set or otherwise is limited.
Yeah.
So there are like legal constraints where they have to make sure you get X number of hours of school a day, plus you're only allowed to work so many hours in a row before. So like they get you and then they lose you, so they have to like time things out.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's
it
hard
is.
to work,
It's
have a
just-
kid on a
it's-
set.
it's a
'cause
lot of scheduling.
It's a lot of scheduling. But my studio teacher that I had on Growing Pains, his name was Dick Wickland.
What a name.
Yeah, and he, such a badass, still talk to him to this day.
Oh shit.
He was my studio teacher probably I had two studio teachers through most of my life when I was in school. It was Dick Wickland and Janie Teller.
Wow.
Shout out to them both. I love them dearly. But it was, it's another thing because like when you're a kid on set, you're in school alone. So it was just me in a little trailer with this incredible teacher, Dick. And I have something here that he made for me.
Do you have, wow.
Yeah. So this,
Oh my God.
Yeah, he made this for me. Let's see if it has a year on it. I mean, this is almost
That's so
faded.
nice.
Just says to Ashley from Dick, Christmas 1990.
Wow.
And so, yeah, he painted that.
That's so lovely.
I know. But he's incredible. He was such an incredible teacher. Every day he would put on classical music. And I can't remember how old I was in that first season of Growing Pains. I was young. I was maybe like 5 or 6, but I had already kind of learned how to read, but he taught me so quick where I mean, he's the reason why I read so much.
So you were not reading your scripts. You were doing memorization.
I was doing memorization, but I mean, at
Like
that
phonetic.
point, I was already starting to read.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was able to read my own scripts, and then I really liked highlighting.
Oh God,
Highlighting was
a
so
script.
fun as a kid where you're just, I mean, anybody likes highlighting.
Well, and then when they do edits to the script, then you get like how they do new pages is.
Yeah, and then you got to put your different color pages
And they're different,
in.
yeah, because it's like there would be like the pink pages would be edit number 2, so you would have like you would replace one, and then you'd
You
have
take
to
out
find
the brad.
Yeah,
The brad are those little gold things that you would put in
little-
the hole punches. Yeah.
and then you would highlight in a new color to make sure that it wouldn't vanish into the pink page because it would. That was a whole.
As a
thing.
kid, it was like a fun little job to have.
I found it very calming.
I did too.
So were you the only kid in because I shared my teachers. Well, our teacher covered guest kids as well, and then
Yeah. If there were other kids, other guests, they would hop in with me. But at the time I was kind of it was just me and him.
and having that kind of I found that having that one-on-one energy deeply did not prepare me for the realities of school with other kids later.
Yeah, because you're like, wait a minute.
I have a lot of questions and I could use some attention here.
Yeah, I don't understand this without a little help here to break it down. Yeah. So I mean, that part of it, like having a studio teacher and having that be one-on-one, I mean, your education that you do get is great.
It was.
It can be.
It was. I got the most out of my education when I was, had that kind of focused environment. And the minute that went away, it was not great.
No.
For me.
Yeah, same. Getting in school, I'm like, oh, these other kids that are my age.
Who
This
can
is weird.
think in this environment?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's hard. I'm also trying to think of what else. So I after Growing Pains, I think there was another show that only went for a season called Phenom. And
Never heard of it.
yeah, it was only one season. It was a great show. It was about a tennis phenom who was played by Angela Goethals. And I was the youngest daughter, and then the mom was Judith Light, and the tennis coach was Billy Devane. Do you know him? William Devane?
No.
And Todd Loizo was the older brother. And it was a great show. I think it was like one of the highest rated shows that got canceled in their first season, because I think there was like between the network and James L. Brooks, who was like the creator, showrunner of the show.
James L. Brooks, I have heard of.
He's
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
Was amazing.
Wow.
Was so fun to work with. And our shoot nights were Friday nights, and that meant we didn't have to be at work the next day. So we would have these amazing parties after the shoot night. Something I realized the other day, so I found this old picture, couldn't find it to bring it here. So Todd Loizo, who played the oldest brother, his best friend was Philip Seymour Hoffman. And he would come and hang out on Friday nights.
Oh my God.
And I have pictures of just being like, I love this, I just loved him. Because he was just like this wonderful, roly-poly, like funny guy, and I just liked him. And
I will say I got very fortunate. I very rarely ever worked with anyone I did not enjoy. It happened
very rare.
Yeah, and like the few things that either didn't have, like, I always hate saying things like this because it sounds like the person who got hired like was second choice, but like oftentimes when they're casting something, they'll have a pool of people that they're trying to like. You don't just go in for one. You kind of have a bunch of people, and you figure out who's scheduled and who's going to work. But like it is, they get pools, and then they figure out who's available or not. So like I'm not going to say I could have like I would never say like I could have had it, but I didn't. But I was
Yes.
I was up for it enough that it was a yay or nay, and
Yeah.
my parents said it was Elf was one of the ones that
No.
yeah, and I'm
What?
honestly really happy I didn't do it. But
Could you imagine how different your life? How many seasons did Alf go?
I don't know, but it was apparently very hard to
Because
shoot.
if you
Are you aware with the nightmare story of Alf?
yeah,
No.
Yeah, okay, you probably do.
which is one of the reasons why I was like I avoided
I don't know.
I avoided so many bad sets.
The cast had that.
There's a whole
Yeah.
cracked article, and I'll let Taliesin talk about. There's a whole cracked article about the guy who did the puppeting, and like they had all these trenches in the set so
Yeah.
that he could puppet, but he had very high demands. And he
Oh,
would
I
talk
didn't
to
even
people
think
Oh.
about that. He would
in the
have to
puppet,
be like,
yeah.
And-
And so people would be acting, and they'd be like making sure they don't walk into a trench.
Yeah, it was
Whoa!
one of like the couple times that like my agent or my parents were like no, where it like did well. It was always I always found out like later that you dodged a bullet. I kept dodging bullets. It was never nothing that ever didn't quite, with like one exception, which was not a sitcom. So like with very rare exception was anything ever like damn that would have been great. It was
Yeah.
always ooh, I heard nightmare
dodged a
stories.
bullet.
Yeah, like or a couple times when a friend would book something and I'd be like, man, I wanted that, and like watching a 14-year-old go, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Alf
man.
wasn't in a suit? That was a puppet situation?
It was a whole thing.
I think I haven't
Once
seen
in
it
a
in so
while,
long.
You'd see a full body Alf, but it was like a
It's
kid or
mostly-
something like that.
Yeah.
Alf suit, but you very rarely saw his feet.
It was a nightmare to shoot, and it was apparently just exhausting. And
What a weird show.
yeah, it was.
Could
it was
you
an era of
imagine
weird
something like
shows.
that coming on now? Where they'd be like, the star of the show's a puppet.
Not since there was like the last actual puppet sitcom was quite a while ago.
Dinosaurs.
I was going to say Dinosaurs is amazing.
Dinosaurs, I
Dinosaurs had the
loved
best finale of
Dinosaurs.
any show ever. But no, Greg the Bunny, which
Alf
is
had the worst season finale. Or season
Yes, that's what I've heard too.
You didn't know it was the end of the show.
al-
Yes.
I thought they were going to come back. And
although they made 2 animated series out of Alf, and one of them was genius, which was
That's what I heard. Yeah, I heard that too.
yeah, Elf Tales, the animated
Alf
series.
Tales?
Elf Tales. It was famous story. Like it was famous. Like Snow White or Rapunzel, except told by Elf. It was really good. It was really good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Even thinking of dinosaurs nowadays,
Oh, you
like
couldn't
putting
do it.
that on TV,
I
there
mean-
was like such an era of television that was so strange, and like throwing things at the wall and being like, you know what, we're going to do a show about dinosaurs, just like living a normal life. Sure.
Why not? Yeah. It was okay. I've got another one for
Okay.
you. Did you ever have chance, because this was something we got to do on occasion, of interacting with the other kids in other sitcoms in other parts of the studio?
Yes.
Like that was the weird one of like interacting with the kids who were working on a very different
Oh my God.
show.
Yes.
Yeah, that
There
was
I'm so mad because I had another picture that I was looking for today and I
Hmm.
couldn't find it. We had on the Disney lot when I was shooting a show. I think I talked about this a little bit. When I was shooting a show called Maybe This Time. It's not great.
can't
But
all be
it
winners.
is Marie Osmond, Betty White, Craig Ferguson.
already fuck right off, but okay.
Yeah. Dane Cook.
Oh Lord.
I think that's his name. The comedian. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why that name sounds
He's
weird.
weirdly in one of my favorite movies, like one of my favorite like weird movies that no one's ever seen before, which is odd, but
He was great.
yeah.
And Shiloh Strong, which is Ryder Strong's brother from Boy Meets World. And that set, so that was on the Disney lot, and that was, our studio was next door to Home Improvement, another show called Thunder Alley, and I think Grace Under Fire. And so there was a basketball court, and we would have, all of us would like have PE together. And there would, we would,
This would have been a great sitcom.
yeah, we would play basketball. I had crushes on everybody. And, it was just but, you have all of that weird actor kid energy. And it's,
Did I ever? Did I have any crushes on any of the?
yeah, did you? I feel like
Yeah, no one I actually directly worked with, but I will say I had a crush on two of the kids from the Punky Brewster set,
well, of course,
because they were clearly also having a lot of fun, and that was a whole.
that show looked so fun.
Yeah, I spent a tiny bit, and then I don't remember even what I was shooting, but it was several weeks of something, but it was next door to the Mr. Belvedere.
No
shoot.
way.
So yeah, so we would end up rolling around on occasion.
Hey, wasn't that kid Marilyn Manson? That's a conspiracy theory. The kid that was in Mr. Belvedere, and everybody
if
said
that's
that
true, then I apologize for clearly putting something in that child's head. Yeah,
I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. That is not true, but
Yeah, no,
I remember that one.
I have a comedic.
Sorry to the kid that was on Belvedere.
Yeah,
even though
no,
he's not a
it's-
kid anymore.
Certainly not. God
No.
only knows. But yeah, that was the. I remember it was very odd, like sharing space with kids on other shows, and sometimes you'd be like, "Wow, that other show looks like fun," or you'd be like,
Yeah, you're
"Wow,
like, that one looks more fun.
wow, that's rough, buddy."
Yeah. Did you have any sitcoms growing up that you liked watching? I didn't watch a ton of sitcoms.
I watched stuff with friends. Like if I watched occasionally stuff with friends in it, or like if I had family members who were working on something, which would happen because like my one of my uncles produced a lot of that sort of. He produced like Dave's World, of all things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like I went to a couple shots of that, and like occasionally like friends pilots, I would go check
A
shit
friend
out.
of mine was the kid on that show.
Oh,
Zane Carney.
Oh my God, yeah, that was.
Who's the brother to Reeve Carney, who I
was
grew up with them as a kid.
I shot a bunch of that. I
Really?
didn't shoot. I went to I was in the audience for a few of those.
Oh, that's
Just trying to show support.
I feel like I didn't watch a ton of
No.
sitcom. We did watch Roseanne a lot as a kid. That I remember.
Yeah, I can't think of. I'm sure I must have, but like I was watching weirder shit. Like I was a Twin Peaks kid.
I was a Twin Peaks kid too.
I watched a lot of Dallas.
Oh, really?
I don't know what was wrong with me.
Well, it was what was on TV. You didn't
yeah,
know.
it was fun.
Yeah.
I was
A nighttime soap.
Yeah, and like Gary Shandling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like or no, what was not that? The Bob Newhart. I was very into Bob Newhart. A little bit of MASH.
Loved MASH. Still love
was,
MASH.
I was there for Larry, his cousin Daryl, and his other cousin Daryl. I thought that was always fun on Bob Newhart. And like, yeah.
I watched
some
a
older
ton
stuff.
of. I would always watch, and it wasn't obviously modern at the time, but just stuff my parents would watch, and then I just fell in love with it. Still to this day, one of my favorites is Carol Burnett, and such a huge inspiration.
Well, yeah,
But Carol Burnett show with Tim Conway,
Yeah,
I've probably seen every episode.
anything that, especially like friends of my grandparents worked on, I would watch all of that because
Yeah.
I wanted to be up on their work because I felt obligated to. I wanted.
you were
to,
great in.
Well, if they were talking about a thing they were either working on or worked on, I wanted to like. So I'm trying to remember one of our family friends or very close was on like what was the Northern Exposure. Like I was watching whatever
Wow.
the people I knew were working on.
Absolutely.
Because that seemed to be, or like any of the other kids that my agency was promoting.
Yeah.
But because that's how you are, loved by adults, is to know, like, there's nothing like
praise them.
There's nothing like a 13-year-old going, "I loved you in Wings of Desire." Just like.
It's so weird. Yeah, but you're right. And they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, what an old soul you are.
or
You
worse,
can have a
actually,
conversation with me."
It occurs to me that I actually did tell someone, it's like, "Hey, yeah, you were in, like, I heard you were that you worked on Far Away and So Close. Why do you think they needed to remake that? I don't feel like it was necessary." And watching them go, yeah,
Yeah, I know. You're right.
that was a weird call out, and it was like, yeah, having an opinion was always good as a kid. They shouldn't have remade Wings of Desire. Anyway,
Let's take another commercial break.
let's take a commercial break. We'll be back.
We'll be back in a moment.
after these messages
In like 2 seconds.
And hold.
Taliesin!
Ashley,
back.
we're back. There we are.
Oh, thank you again.
Those always freak me out.
Yeah. Love
Laugh tracks.
Love a laugh track.
Laugh tracks. All I can think of is that all these people are most likely dead now.
Oh.
Sorry. like, any of the classics, you're like those libraries are. Have you ever seen anyone make a laugh track?
No. How do they do it?
They have like sound libraries. If you don't know, you're about to know. Sound libraries are like these giant collections of audio
Like
effects.
this would be considered a sound library, right?
Yeah, well, like it's
Or it's
usually
from one.
It's from one, but it's like usually a phone book sized catalog with where you look up like a word, like
Like
whatever
a paper
word.
catalog?
Yeah, you would go through and see like alien computer sounds F45 67 through F45 98, and then you go into CDs at the time or other things, and you would look up track F45, CD 40 F45. Track 96 through 46 through 96, and those would be the sounds. The big one that everyone loves is the Lucas Library. It's the George Lucas Library.
Is that the one that has, and I feel like Will, our wonderful Will, who, extraordinaire, you were telling me.
Will is, yeah. No.
He edits, he produces, he does lots of things.
Thousands of
It's
Julian
great.
Fries.
Weren't you telling me about the sound?
The Wilhelm scream.
The Wilhelm or Wilhelm?
Wilhelm.
The Wilhelm scream. Which I guess
Wilhelm.
apparently.
This is my first time talking into a microphone.
Okay, yeah, listen to that voice.
Wilhelm.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about it. Give us a little history.
It's just a famous scream that was used in the sound design for like Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, a lot of
But
80s action movies.
it's older than, like, I want to say it's
originally from a Florida Western starring
Yeah.
not Bruce Wayne. What's the guy? John Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
John Wayne.
And the guy gets eaten by
Bruce
an
Wayne?
alligator, and he goes, "Ah!"
Oh, and you can hear it in every damn thing
It's
ever.
a bad scream. But you played it for me, and I was like, oh.
It's a gag.
It's a gag, and now people put it in everything?
I don't know if
Audiences
it's
can hear that scream right now.
well done.
See, it's great, isn't
But
it?
it's I don't know if it's Lucas Library. It might be public domain by now. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
But like, it's to the point, I will say, as someone who's interested in sound, that like there are specific sounds in the Lucas Library that when I hear them in shows, I just get angry.
Because you're like, you just
It's like,
use-
oh, look at your basic bitch shit. That's cool.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm just like, I hear a thing, I'm like, wow, you spent 8 seconds thinking about that. Like, way to fucking, like, come on. Like, it actually will make me, I'll be watching a show and I'll hear a sound and it'll literally make me go,
Your brain and how
Ugh.
you can identify and hear those sounds so quickly is amazing to me.
Once you hear them, they will never go
They're
away
in
because
there.
it's like there's like about a dozen specific sounds specifically where like I will be like, if I'm in the mood, I'll be like, oh, 7/6/45, great, well done. Like, oh wow, really? Like, how many times in your career
call
have you
it
just?
out.
I bet you've used that 300 fucking times. You
Whoever's
sad,
doing
but
it, they're like, I love this
like,
piece.
and like, it's never I love. It's just like, and bullet sound. Okay.
We know the ones.
I'm like, oh God, Casio SK1 bullshit. Thank you.
So that's not what I meant to press, but that'll work.
Yeah. So how they do this, which is really cool. And I'll also say, She's the Sheriff did not use a canned laugh. It was only live.
It was only live?
They were
Yeah.
very proud of that.
That's great.
And
you can tell.
sadly,
You can tell on shows when you're like, that's
ooh, that's
not
thin.
real. Yeah.
That's some thin laughter there.
Yeah.
But they would program a keyboard with all the different with like large crowd sounds and then individuals. So it would be like they would actually, as the show went, they'd be like,
To like change it up a little bit.
yeah. So you could have like the big whoops or the chuckles or somebody like going, and so it would actually just be hand orchestrated with like individuals and like, do we have some individuals in here? Like,
There's Woo One.
so like,
Just guys.
so you would get this like.
So they could be more, I see.
So that they would never
could
be
play 'em together?
too overcut.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it would just be like the Phantom of the Opera sitting like watching the comedy, like just playing the keyboard.
How fun.
And they would especially look like Phantom of the Opera because there would be no windows in that room ever. It's an editing room. You don't put windows in there because then you can feel the passage of time.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
You need to stay in your
Is
padded room
anybody
and
in here
never
going
know.
to contradict me? Thank you. I've never been in an editing room with a window ever.
Oh man. Yeah, I feel like I love a sitcom schedule,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it would be I mean, I don't know.
I felt like a badass when I was young. Is you show up to work, you do the table read, you do the walkthrough, you learn your lines, you're going to school in the middle of this, which nobody else has to fucking
no
do.
one else has to do.
They're just sitting around eating goddamn bagels.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And you got to go to school. They get a little break. They get a little nap time, and you got to go to
And
school.
like, who was it? Like, and everyone, oh God, I feel bad that I'm like forgetting people's names, but like, oh God,
It's hard to remember everybody's name.
I was like 6. Yeah. But it was Leonard Lightfoot.
Wait, why do I know that?
He was also on. I want to say he was on Silver Spoons. Was he?
I know that name.
Yeah, he was on. Oh God, he worked forever.
A Different World.
Yeah, he was in a bunch of stuff.
Major Dad. Silver Spoons.
Yeah, so and like there was a time just to kill time because he was a drummer also, so he like brought in like a learn how to drum kit for me.
right.
So like we would just sit and he would just be like no and just help me try and
Was
get
he
some.
Gordon Lightfoot's son?
I don't know.
No.
I don't think
Is that
so.
somebody? Am I getting this from somebody?
I don't know who Gordon Lightfoot was. But
I feel like is Gordon Lightfoot a musician? I don't know. That name's just popping in my head.
yeah, no, it was, but yeah, it was.
Hold on, I need to look this up.
Yeah, and then like they actually let Leonard like actually do like a little drumming, singing thing for one episode. It was really hilarious, and he was everyone was weirdly chill on that. Like, there's usually
I need to
one
get a
problem
picture of
person,
Leonard
and like
Lightfoot in
I
my
can't
head.
remember. Like I can't remember anybody being an
Oh,
obvious
I
program.
remember this actor.
Yeah, he was really.
Yes,
I mean,
Gordon Lightfoot is not.
Yeah, he was
father.
super sweet. And
Yeah, he was
everyone was
great.
super nice, and like I never ran into. I would see people on other sound stages, like on other shows, who were like awful, and be like, "Thank God I'm not working there."
Yeah.
And some of
You
the other
would.
kids on occasion were.
Yeah,
were
some
iffy.
of the kids were always a little iffy.
Yeah,
But I feel like
I never.
I feel like
talked
you
to
and I
them.
got pretty lucky with people. There's like only a few, like a handful of people that I feel like I've worked with, and I'm like, meh.
Yeah, there were. I had a couple like that. Like I wasn't directly like involved, but like where I watched them act like assholes and was like, why can't you just do the work?
Just do the work.
What's
man.
going on, man?
Just do the work.
They all apparently turned out fine as adults, but I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm sure we could look them all up and see some of the
that's
kids and
so
see what they're doing.
weird. I do kind of want to though.
I know. I know I've talked about this before, but on maybe this time, it was with Betty White.
So
And
jelly.
I know. God, she was so wonderful. Like she was just so great. And I didn't realize because I was talking with my mom, and she's always is a good reminder of these stories. But when I had gone to the zoo with Betty, because she would volunteer there all the time at the LA Zoo, and there was a program that she would bring me with her, and there was a program that they were doing with Jane Goodall, and I got to meet Jane Goodall.
Fuck.
Yeah, and I totally
That would have blown my mind.
forgot about this when I was talking to my mom, and she's like, "Yes, you don't remember this?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I forgot." Yeah,
So many-
I don't know how I could forget that.
My
but
Betty White was Madeline Kahn. I got to do a sitcom with Madeline
that
Kahn.
I am
And
so jealous.
Just a pilot. It was nothing more. It was a single episode, and it was
How was she?
fucking. I mean, she
I
was.
bet.
She was delightful, and she had a vague notion of who I was because my grandparents, through Mel Brooks, there was a little bit of a.
Whoa.
I mean, yeah, there was a lot of weird connection in there, but like there's a whole thing where we're like, the scene that we have together is very funny and strange, and it's.
I want to see it.
Yeah, it's on the internet.
It's on the YouTubes.
Yeah, she's basically telling her mother that she has to go because she has a man coming in or something. Or she's like, yeah, it's just I don't know, like this is a whole thing. Just leave me alone. And then it's just me because I live upstairs and I'm like basically like a kid who gets left alone. And I just remember coming in and she's like, is this a thing or are you just stringing me along? And like so we have a little weird. But it's just, it's just
great.
So it's just me hanging out at this, like, at her apartment, just not leaving. It was really.
Oh my God.
And yeah, she was very helpful of kind of helping get the comic timing down.
What
She was delightful.
She
Very funny.
was so funny.
Very funny.
So smart, so just God. I she's one of my favorites.
Kind enough. One of the few actors who was kind enough to understand that I really enjoyed her. Like even at that age, I'm like, you can just please tell terrible jokes in front of me. It makes me
You
so.
just love it.
I was like, you know who my grandparents are. I've heard the worst things. Just fucking go for it. I know I look 9. Just come on. Bless.
I watched 2 of her recently. One of them, which I think we watched on a previous episode, I rewatched Paper Moon. And she's like my favorite part of the movie. I totally forgot her performance is unbelievable.
Phenomenal comedian.
Phenomenal comedian, but
actor.
she also in Paper Moon takes that there's the one scene where she just kind of, it's heartbreaking. She's incredible in it. And then about a week ago, I rewatched Blazing Saddles.
Good times.
Which is a rough watch because you're like, oh, some of this does not hold up at all.
I will disagree and say that by its nature,
tell me.
By its nature, it was never designed to hold up because by its very nature, it was always supposed to be very intensely uncomfortable.
Yes.
And any of the, but like it's actually, it's never not. It's never inappropriately. It's never not coming from the right place.
Yeah.
Like it is. There's no moment where where it was not. It very specifically knew what it needed to be, and then
yes,
the commentary
very much so.
on racism, and it never faltered from that for a minute.
No?
It made it very clear who the bad people were, and like
yes,
I've heard some amazing stories from shooting that of like especially some of the characters who played like the terrible villains like having mild nervous breakdowns before their scenes just.
Yeah, because you're like, what do I have to do?
Yeah, and they were like there was a lot of like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's so like it. God, I just remember a comment of somebody saying to Mel Brooks, like, you couldn't make that movie now. And he's like, you couldn't have made that movie then. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, it only got made because of Mel and Richard Pryor, but it's fucking, it holds up as best as it ever was supposed to. And she is hilarious.
I think because I hadn't seen it in so long, and she is so good in it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's so good in everything, but she's
just walks the line between like really hot and sexy and so awkward.
And so awkward at the same time.
Like, how are you making this go like?
It's great. It's great.
Just
she is
when she's not moving or she's just like there statically, and then. Well, it's very nice to meet you. It was like, well,
that
welcome.
Weird,
and that weird,
it's very weird.
Hello, sheriff.
Where does she even?
Amazing.
I'm such a huge fan of hers.
Young Frankenstein, which is
the
other end of that.
That I could watch over and over and over
perfect.
again.
It's a perfect.
It's
film.
a perfect movie.
Yeah, there's about a third of Mel Brooks's films are perfect films.
I'm so jealous you got to work with her.
And he was around a little bit, and I went to school with his kid, but that's a whole nother. That's a different episode. Max Brooks, Mel Brooks.
Really?
Oh yeah, we were in theater together. That's a whole another episode of.
Okay, maybe next time then.
Yeah, that might be it. That'd be the next talking about. I'm trying to think of other. What else have we not covered about the reality of sitcoms?
I know. I mean, I feel like we're already about
awkward fan mail.
Over 50 awkward fan mail.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll give you tell me some awkward fan mail. I can give you one. Well, you know what?
Or did you ever do a parade?
Let's take a quick commercial break.
Okay, a quick commercial break. That was random. I didn't even.
That was a perfect one.
I just didn't even look. I just hit a button.
Does it feel good?
Yeah.
I'm going to do it again too. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's great to be here.
Wait, what did you just bring up?
Well, did you ever do a parade?
A parade?
Yeah.
Fuck yes, I did.
This was a thing.
I was a grand master in lots of parades.
So yeah, they would get
which is so weird.
The casts of various sitcoms on cars at
some random town in Louisiana, and they put you on a car.
Some not quite the Rose Bowl, or you just be on an old time car waving to a crowd on occasion.
Also, what does Grand Master mean?
I don't
now that
know.
I'm saying that out loud, I'm like, that sounds weird.
It's a degree in Freemasonry at the very least. Well done. Hard to do.
Thank you very much.
And chess.
Yeah, and chess.
That was an awkward thing, and occasionally autograph lines at that
yeah, the
age.
parades were weird. That was like a weird 90s thing.
Yeah.
But wait, what did you say right before that?
Fan mail.
Fan mail. Did you get some weird fan mail?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm going to say.
Not great stuff. Some was great. Some of it was, oh boy.
Yeah, I had during growing pains, which is quite disturbing. It was a lot of fan mail from prison. And I remember there was, I mean,
you beat mine. Oh. Oh, you won. You won. This was not a contest. And you won.
No,
Shit.
I specifically remember one that he had asked for. This is so, I don't even know why I'm talking about this. This is so disturbing. But this kind of shows you what kids are. My parents didn't tell me this until way later. But
oh man,
he asked for a picture of me in a gold bikini.
Oh Lord, yeah, that tracks.
And I was like, why didn't we send it to him? Sorry.
I was gonna say, like, if there's a way, I was always, because my parents would tell me
we need a
like, when the
boo on
weird-
here. Boo. Maybe
It
there
might
is, but I
be.
can't find it.
Yeah, my parents, because we were those kind of people, would always tell me like the weird stuff too. Like they would,
Yeah, because
they knew I would find it hilarious. And like my immediate reaction anytime shit like that would happen is, how can we respond to this in a way that would make them deeply uncomfortable? Which is all I wanted.
Oh.
That was always like, I feel like there's a way to both like, and no one would ever let me do this because they knew better. Yeah, because everyone knew better. But I'm like, is there a way to make this awful? Like, I really feel like I want to monkey's paw this really badly.
Yeah.
Of just like, can I grant this wish but make it just terrible?
Yes, something they don't want.
And they never let me do that. I did get some very weird, only because of my age. I like now it like if I were an adult, this would be much less weird. Of some very interesting artwork of me, or if it were from a young person, that would be one thing. But like some of it came from not young people, where I'm like, you're sitting and drawing a child from television. I mean, I'm not saying this is a problem, but like you should at least think about your decisions for a minute.
I mean, yeah, that was all of that stuff was very prevalent.
And thank you for sending me the original and not a copy, because now I at least know you didn't keep it, which would have been worse.
Yeah. So it's a fan mail was interesting.
That was a weird one.
It was a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know, like, yeah, it was always odd. I'm glad it eventually. Well, like, I will. Yeah, I'm glad that I grew out of that aspect of it. You know, it's fan mail when you're not 9 is better.
When you're not a child, and because most of it is not mail from other children.
No,
it's from adults.
Yeah, every now and then it is, and it's great.
And
because it tends to just be sweet, but
fun,
like,
and
some of the fan mail is just really cool. Every now and like, you know, there are some adults who would write and be like, "Hey, you know, you're really great," and like, I'm interested in being an actor, and oftentimes it's like, you know, you see kids who are struggling, and it's very impressive that if there are any acting classes that you took, because clearly it worked,
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah, that's great. Yeah. Thank you for noticing that I'm working. It was always nice, but like, some of it was a little awkward.
Yeah, a little awkward. Should we take one more commercial break? Yeah, let's take one more commercial break.
Yeah, because we've definitely gone over our 22:30.
We've gone over our 22:30 for sure.
Yeah, which just leaves that 8 minutes for commercial. 22:30 is
Let's take a little break for a second. eBay Live.
So we're gonna get to shop.
Yes.
And it's gonna be a shopaganza.
It's gonna be a shopaganza, and you know what it's gonna be? March 27th at 5 p.m.
Here we are.
That was my favorite. Just one.
Yeah, I don't know what that's for. But yeah, that was a fun trip down amnesia lane.
That was. I mean, I know there's so much more. There's so much more, but I mean, Yeah, sitcoms were fun.
I learned a lot.
And I feel like they're a dying breed.
Yeah,
We're
well,
probably not going to get them much
No,
anymore.
they do the single camera stuff now. It kind
Yeah.
of replaced it, and there's no there's not a lot of shows with like live studio audiences anymore, other than like Tonight talk shows and.
Yeah, otherwise, the group here tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it was great, and I missed the 4-camera. Like, yeah, it was like watching. And then did they ever let you? I know we're almost done, but like, and then
Yeah.
the little booth at the top where they're doing the live cuts, so that the audience can actually
Yes,
like watch. So
so
they're
they
actually
can watch
like,
it and see it.
Going for it.
Yeah, it's great.
They let me sit up there on occasion and watch.
So this isn't. I feel like
Yeah.
I want to take us out with something that I found out, was reminded of something that I didn't know, and this doesn't necessarily have to do with sitcoms. This is just me fully bragging.
I'd love it when you brag.
So I forgot that when I was a kid, when we moved out here to Los Angeles, when I was working on Growing Pains, do you know who my next door neighbor was that lived across the street from me?
Every answer I have is inappropriate. Go ahead.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, that's not inappropriate. That's great.
How fucking cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
Yes, I get his sister lived across the street, and he would take care of his sister, and he was so nice and so wonderful. I don't know how I forgot about this. Fucking John Wick. Ugh. I love him.
He's great.
And at that time, I think he had done River's Edge, but he hadn't done like Point Break and all that.
Yeah.
But
That's pretty coll.
I don't know. This has nothing to do with sitcom.
LA
I literally just found this out, and I completely forgot about this in my life.
It is a very LA thing.
And I had to say it
Yeah, no.
because I feel like it makes me way cooler, even though I'm totally bragging.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I feel like I've been bragging so much this whole episode.
It's not really. I mean, I know we're here to talk about these things, but also it's less a brag and more of like a painting of part of what living in LA is, which is this
It is.
very psychedelic reality.
Yeah.
On that
I
level.
also just think like clearly he was probably in love with me, and I mean, I know I was a child, but
I was wondering where you were going with that. I'm like, what? Okay.
it just wasn't meant to be. It didn't work out. But it's okay.
He seemed like he recovered.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, I think maybe he.
I'm fine too.
I believe
But
you.
we'll just.
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be
one
okay.
day at a time.
One
One day at a time.
Yeah, that's what I tell myself every day.
Yeah.
One day at a time. Well.
Oh wow!
I meant to
way
do
to
this
go,
one.
people. We should probably wrap it up because it is we have spent
Yes,
our
let's
time
wrap
wisely.
it up. We've spent our time. We've gone over an hour, but
Yeah.
Listen, we will have more to discuss, I'm sure, at a later time, and we're going to Australia.
Crikey!
So I feel like next time we hang out, we can talk about that.
I would love to. Yeah, let's talk about. I've never been. I'm very excited.
Me too.
I should come up with some interesting things to do.
Yeah, we'll come back and we'll
Still be jet lagged.
we'll
Or at least
still be
I
jet
will be.
lagged. Yes, again, but
It'll be hilarious.
This was great. Thanks for letting me talk your ear off.
Man, it was. I
love hearing your stories.
I love thinking about the bizarre adventures of yesteryear.
Me too.
Oh wow,
Well,
that's more than
what's
all
a
the
good
time we
sitcom
have.
send off? Yeah.
There's honestly I don't remember.
Do we have
other
like a
than-
tag?
Yeah, or there's the freeze frame, but that was always, and then there would have to be. I mean, we could run the music.
We could
let's
run the
make a
music.
pose and run some heat wave, I guess, or some such. Can we
Yeah.
can we do like fake credits and a heat wave? All
Okay,
right,
ready? I'm gonna do. Wait, what's a good long?
good. Yeah.
Was this one longer? Let's do this one.
All right.
All right. Get ready to freeze frame. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. All right, let's let it.
You
Yeah.
should just leave it.
Yeah.
No, what I want to happen though is let it linger.
Yes.
Freezing for like a
Yes.
while,
Way too long.
and then
Yes.
and then do the.
Yes. Welcome to Weird Kids. Welcome to Weird Kids. We're doing fun stuff. We're doing fun things. We're sitting here on a couch. It's actually a booth, I'm kidding. Uh-oh. I don't know where to go from here. Weird Kids!
Some very important weird information for all of our weird kids. Our new episodes are now starting to release exclusively on beacon.tv. That's right, every Tuesday.
So we are still releasing the final Weird Kids episodes 2025 every Tuesday on our Weird Kids YouTube channel and on podcast platforms. But our new episodes are exclusively only